Side hustles. What started out as an innocent tool to make some extra money soon became a necessity for Americans, with over a third of them reporting having a side hustle in 2024. Naturally, there's some backlash to this, and people think that the side hustle is dead, it's a scam, it's not worth any of your time. There's YouTubers finally speaking out against it, and Reddit is also having a fit over it. But what's really the truth? As someone who has worked on side hustles online since 2017, starting with Amazon Mechanical Turk, I feel like as someone who's made over $20,000 through all my side hustles lifetime, I'm more than qualified to talk on this subject. So let's talk about the side hustle, right? All it was when it first started out was something that you can make money on the side. You have your day job, and this is just something you can do extra. It doesn't really need to require a lot of effort. This can be something as small as doing surveys for $1 here and there, or something as big as trying to start your own business entirely, and one hope that you can eventually take over your job with this business that you're starting. So there's two extremes in the side hustle community onto, can this replace your income entirely, or is this actually a true side hustle where you just get money on the side? This is where a lot of the problems come with the side hustle. Now, someone like me, my channel, by the way, welcome if you're new here, Road to Retire. The whole purpose of this channel is to talk about these side hustles that I do in order to try and retire early, and they mostly happen to be online. And with this, there is a ton of people who can see into these side hustles and think that they are just a complete scam. The reason for this is because even a lot of the side hustles that I've had success with have become drastically oversaturated, and there's not enough entry points for new people to get into these sites. They apply for like 10 different AI content creation, different websites, and helping to form AI in the future. None of them get approved, and they can't make any work. And they throw their hands in the air and say, my data has been stolen. I'm never going to make a dime off these platforms. I completely understand this. And as someone who's talked about online side hustles a long time on this channel, it's happened to me too, and it's completely dried up on a lot of these sites, and even sites where I was making a lot of money, I no longer am. You just have to get lucky. But there is something to be said about the culture aspect of side hustles. I feel like with the culture of side hustles, there's kind of a stigma that in order to make a lot of money, you got to work your ass off. And in my personal experience, this is absolutely the case. Now, there are some people who try to game the system, and YouTubers is a huge space for this. They use their channel, they talk about side hustles they never work on, and they make money through YouTube. That is their side hustle. Obviously, it's a side hustle for me. I'm talking through it right now, and I am monetized. I hope you saw ads in the beginning of the video, but nonetheless, they aren't doing these side hustles themselves. They can't speak to the grind. As someone who has put hundreds of hours into Amazon Mechanical Turk, dataannotation.tech, prolific surveys, Cloud Connect surveys, UHRS through Appen, and now CrowdGen, one form of projects. I've done so many. I put hundreds of hours. It is a super grind. Here's how much of a grind it is if you really want to make money. I just posted in my Discord that at 4:30 in the morning today, my son woke up crying, and when I catered to him and finally got him back to bed, I look at my phone, I go to dataannotation.tech on my phone, and I see a rare project for me has opened up. And what do I do at 4:45? I lay on the side of my bed facing the phone away from my wife so the phone's not flashing in her face with a bright light and she can remain sleeping. And I am working on dataannotation.tech on my phone. I earned $23 in just under an hour's of work. And you have to ask yourself, this is insanity, is it not? Well, for some people like me, if you're an absolute freak and you just have more extra motivation than others to make money, well, then this is normal. But if you're a person who is just looking to make some extra money, you would look at a person like me and doing these side hustles like you're an absolute psychopath, Road to Retire, and in which case I definitely am. But it's important to keep in mind here that side hustles are what you make of them, okay? If you are depending on these types of side hustles to supplement your income, then you might run into a little bit of trouble. If you're depending on these side hustles as your full income, you're really going to run into trouble. What is the first word of it? It is side. These should not be done full time. I'm just going to be honest with you here. my career comes first and foremost. If I lose my day job, my career, the first thing I'm doing is I'm getting another job. That is everything to me. And to me, a lot of people lose sight of that. They think that they can look to these AI training websites and they can replace their day job, their full-time job, or maybe even improve it. If the AI sites are paying $25 an hour and they currently work somewhere making $15 an hour, they think that that is the golden ticket out. They can work from home and make $25 an hour. And that is like 99% of the time never the case. There are a few exceptions where people have been working long-term on these platforms. They've made a lot of money, but 9 times out of 10, you are going to either get booted after making a certain amount of money. You're going to make one mistake and they kick you out of a project. They're going to give you bullcrap reasons that you don't even agree with or didn't even do, and they'll kick you out. Happened with me in Prolific, happened with me with a bunch of projects on dataannotation.tech. There are so many little nuances with these sites. And let's not forget, for like all of these online side hustles, unless you are an actual W-2 employee, you are a 1099 contractor. They are free to just dispose of you as they will. There is no repercussions. You can't really fight it. You're just an independent temp to them. And if they let you go, it doesn't really faze them and you can't really do anything about it. So it's just one thing to keep in mind. The culture, you really have to grind your ass off if you really want to make a lot of money doing these type of side hustles. But nonetheless, as someone whose highest month was over $3,000 in side hustles, the amount of work that had to go into that was ridiculous. And I also had a huge lucky streak on YouTube itself, which I don't even count as like a hard side hustle. You know, the side hustle that I'm doing through YouTube right now, this Road to Retire YouTube channel, it's really all not that difficult, right? I consider it easy, but not many people catch that lightning in a bottle with a viral video and they get subscribers and they can't do a YouTube channel. And a lot of people are afraid to show their face. They don't want to put their face in public. They don't want to put their information out there in public. They don't want to put themselves in the public eye for criticism. It took a long time for me to get over criticism on YouTube. There's many things, little nuances that people just, YouTube isn't for them. So if you're someone who just talks about side hustles and never does them on YouTube, you are gaming the system, and just realize that you're contributing to this problem by making other people feel like they're inferior, that you can't get work on dataannotation.tech. Ha ha ha, you're the problem, you're an idiot, what are you doing with your life? That's what they make you feel like. And I'm here to tell you that's not the case. Some of these sites are just crap and they have very random reasons for kicking you out, or they just don't give you any explanations at all for anything they do, whether they lower your pay rate, whether they delay your payment. They don't really have to do anything by the book, and it discourages a lot of people. And I'm here to tell you that I am in that boat as well. I've been kicked off many high-paying projects. Dataannotation.tech, I was on a $30 an hour project. It was above and beyond my biggest, easiest moneymaker, and that got booted after about 9 months, and I haven't had much projects since, except for the one this morning. It's the OG, which takes like 3 cents a pop, and it's, you know, how many people are in this picture and what race are they? Very easy to do, but nonetheless, it comes up like once every quarter. So I can't depend on that. And as you can tell in the beginning of the video, I only made like $20 off of it. So, you know, it's not life-changing money. It's not sustaining any kind of lifestyle there. And obviously I can't depend on it. The whole point of this video is what I'm saying is I want to reiterate, side hustles are what you make of them, okay? There's a lot of people who would take an extra $3 to $5 a day from side hustles and they would be super happy. If you're that type of person, side hustles are not dead by any means, okay? There's a lot of crappy websites that you could achieve $3 to $5 a day scrounging up. You could just, you know, take photos of receipts here and there and play games on stuff like Fetch and Frisbee. There's easy options to make easy money out there. Absolutely. Those side hustles are not dead. Now, if you're someone who thinks that like these sites like Remote Task and other AI trainers, Stellar AI, are going to go on forever and you can make an easy $20 to $30 an hour the rest of your life, you're in for a rude awakening. You're not going to be able to make, you know, $2,000 to $5,000 a month from these sites continuously in perpetuity. I always preach that as soon as you make $1 out of these sites, get it out of that site ASAP and put it into like savings or investing or something like that, whatever your goal is. Now, look, for me personally, you're probably looking at my video and you're looking at someone like me who said, I woke up at 4:30 a.m. to soothe my kid and then proceeded to work on side hustles. Well, I'm in a bit of a unique situation where I have polycystic kidney disease and the average life expectancy is mid-60s. So the game is changed for me. My hand is dealt to me. I gotta deal with it. It is what it is. I gotta make money now. Now, for a lot of you out there, you don't really need to do the side hustle. It's that some of it may be a little bit greed. You just want more money to do things that you want to do. Some of it, you might just have to lower your burn rate on your monthly expenses and minimize your lifestyle a little bit. There's only two parts of the equation to making more money and having more money at the end. It's your income and it's your spend rate, okay? You can either raise your income or you can decrease your spend rate. That's the only way you're going to create margin on a monthly basis. And if you're relying on side hustles to make any bit of margin, you're really going to burn out quickly because you're going to freak out, you're going to stress out, you're going to say, I need to do work, I need to do all of this work right now, and it's not going to be very pretty for you. So I'm telling you right now, if you are relying on side hustles, you're in for a very rude awakening, and you're gonna think very negative, toxic thoughts on these side hustles. But nonetheless, as someone who's made a lot of money in side hustles throughout my lifetime, if I didn't earn a single penny, I would still have margin, meaning more income in my life from my day job than what I spend on a monthly basis. And that's the key to having good personal finances. And if you're someone who's a normal citizen making median income in a medium cost of living area, then you really don't need these side hustles. They're just exactly that, a piece on the side just to add a little bit more for maybe like getting coffee out or whatever the case may be. That's what you need to treat it as. The second you start making it a dependent income source is the second you are going to burn out, think the entire thing is a scam, and think it's a waste of time, and it's really gonna burden you and make your quality of life go down. It's gonna stress you out. It's gonna ruin your relationships because all you want to do is make money. You need to get that fine line, okay? Like 99% of you out there are not going to be in a situation like me where you feel the need to retire early because you're probably going to die early, okay? I'm sorry for being morbid. That's just the reality of my situation. But 99% of you are not in that situation. So take it for what it will. Make side hustles what you want them to be. Don't let them control your lives. This has been a nice rant video from Road to Retire. I like to do these, just give you the blunt, honest truth that, hey, this side hustle channel, it is a side hustle for me. I make money from it. Right now, it's like $300 to $400 a month, so it's not life-changing. But you know, if I didn't have this YouTube channel, my monthly side hustle income would drastically be reduced. And that's just the reality of the situation. So when you have all these YouTubers saying you can make an easy $100 a day without even trying on these side hustles, just look at their subscriber count, look at their view counts, and see if there's many bot comments in their videos. And just realize that, you know, they don't really mean it. They're not talking it from their heart, and they're just trying to make money through YouTube, which is their main side hustle. So hope you enjoyed this rant. Road to Retire. See everyone in the next video.